Hey everyone, welcome to table. Alright, so this is kind of the end of KVK around IK right now. We're going to do a little, snippets of who's actually still playing and who has ended. And then we're going to go over our own rankings and just a little shout out to everyone, good job, and it's been a great KVK. So, watch the intro, check y'all later. Alright, welcome back everyone. Alright, so right now we are going to go over pretty much the 209, 170, and 105. There's 231 in there, and there's 145. This was a kind of a surprising one, but I do like it. So everyone seemed like they worked together, and as you see, this has ended in 231 took the capital. Okay, and they also allowed 105 to take a citadel, and 231 basically a capital and a citadel together is the big prize. Okay, because they do stack. Looks like 105, 209, and 231 worked together, and honestly, they were against 170. So they did really good, and they're against 145. So they pushed 170 down. So congrats to all of them. There's some big hitters in 170, so congrats on that, and actually keeping them pretty much down. So there's a lot of fighting going on here, and it was super cool to kind of see, to kind of watch unfold, and looks like everyone is still active, especially 105. You got Butterfly, you got 231. They still have their whales, and then 209 you got Cool. So they all work together. Looks like they did a great job, and they won. So moving on. So now you got 136 and 56. It's still going on, but the overall deal about this is that you have 56 came in with 2 citadels, and again, 136 took the prize because they got a capital and a citadel together. So it looks like things were planned, things were, made happen this way, and by the looks of the map, they kept, 14, and then they kept, looks like 183. They kept them all back. But activity-wise, looks like they did a good job doing a bunch of activities. Okay, so that's still going on. Maybe Hydro kind of picks up a little bit, gets some more checkpoints, or just, farm some points, but they already won it. So that was a good mesh between everyone. So congrats on 136. And then we're going this one is actually pretty cool because there's a hodgepodge of people. So there's a lot of kind of servers that a lot of people don't know about or just kind of going on, but I believe 211 got on top on this one. Okay, so 211, they win faction, they probably talked, but again, you see right here is that you take the capital and a citadel, and they do stack, so they're gonna get the most coins. Problem is that I see in this is that fire was dead. But a lot of them did not have enough alts to keep the rewards alive in their starting zone, and there's a lot of empty cities. So maybe keep in mind for those servers that, make sure you have enough alts, make sure you have enough people, make sure you are able to take cities, because these are a lot of rewards that are kind of just floating out there. And with the rankings, they kind of, you know, they're kind of nonchalant with it. They could have done a little bit more fighting, but you know, they took the win. So congrats on them, GG's. And then moving down, this is ours. So 73, 16, 13, you know, we got 139. And this is still going on because we're making it happen. We're just dropping the capital and retaking. But as you see, Arc is taking it and Pride is over here. And we're distributing the rewards basically off of IB and, you know, how we're going to use them. Fire was dead in this one. The only one that was there was Cubs, and they kind of did their own thing. And then we have 16 over here and 13. So congrats on them. And then 16 over here with blue. So we kept everyone pretty much out of you know, out of the second zone and definitely out of the third zone, but there was a lot of fighting here, so it was super good. As you see, the points do reflect what we're talking about, and you know, it was a lot of seeing old friends, seeing old people, and congrats on everyone. GG's. Definitely a bunch of marches that came out, and there were some fighters. So now moving on, I have another hodgepodge kind of deal over here. So this is kind of cool to kind of see because there's a lot of people just interacting, and they did take over a lot of the map. So congrats on that. But you got 255, they took the capital, and they took a citadel as well because they do stack. A lot of this looks like they worked well together, and this was an easy KVK. As you see by the rankings, it was pretty even across the board, and they planned it accordingly. So congrats on them for negotiating and probably talking it through. Good job, 255. And then coming to 38. 38 did the same thing. They took over the map. They pushed back everyone. They took basically all of zone 2. They left some others. And then 205 is up here, I believe. 205 is red. They're doing their thing. Merger server 5 doing their thing. But as you see, 38 took the capital. They took everything, but they took capital and citadel. So congrats on them. And they definitely did some fighting going on. Maybe a little maybe a little farming what happened, but they definitely took all the checkpoints and they took all the cities, so that was to be expected. So congrats on them. And then moving on to, you know, another one that was kind of a hodgepodge of people. I just want to say that, you know, they obviously did not have enough alts. 137 took that, and then they shared it with a few. So they shared it with Merger Server 3. But they don't have enough alts alliances to take over all the cities, and I just see a lot of missed opportunities and missed rewards. So maybe they should work on that a little bit, but they did make it to the center, and that is very good. And that's about it. So let's go over, you know, we're not going to go through all that again, but we are going to go over, you know, our rankings right here. And we are going to go over, this is the strongest troop. That's nice to see. So 139 right here with the strongest, you know, definitely this is a march to watch out for, okay? Just keep that in mind, especially with Energy Master and Infinite Firepower. It is a killer. You know, that is something you're going to see that is pretty strong. And then you have over here, you have Julian, that definitely life protection, infinite, and then corrosive power on top of that. and Anubis. So he's doing work over there. So good job, Julian. Then Legion Marks, we had some farmers. Obviously, 375 million is quite large, but there are a lot of these people. Server 13 right here. This guy right here did a lot of fighting, so congrats on them. 73 also had a lot of fighters as well. Take, and then you have Abdu, and then EA. So they're in the top prize right here, and this gentleman right here. So we had a lot of fighters, and obviously we had some farmers. But that's going to happen every single one, so we're not going to get too crazy into that. I just did a lot of fighting, a little bit I guess, but I only have 23 million, but my March is not that good. And then coming over to the honor, we definitely had some honor farmers. My honor right here, I don't have an honor farm here, so that's just what I got from fighting over the little bit that we did. And congrats. Obviously you see a lot of people. Goaty over here was doing some big work, and then Big over here was doing some good job. So overall guys, it's been a great KVK. It's been super cool, super chill, and we're just kind of doing our thing, and it's gonna end in a few days. So I just want to shout out, community is huge. Everyone working together. It's been really good so far. And, when you can take the coins, but also, share a little bit. It is what it is. And I think everyone's done a good job this KVK. So congrats. Watch this over again, kind of go over. And if you're thinking about merging, check out everyone that I mentioned. So check you all later.